a lot of times you get fixated on passing yards and some flashy statistics, but there are a lot of things that go into winning a football game, and really what I think those numbers reflect is just good team football. Doing what you have to do offensively, finishing drives with touchdowns, protecting the football, making key plays when you need to, third down conversions. The kicking game certainly factored into it, and just a lot of good things. But those were the things that we really think are important in terms of winning football games, and I think the way we played really reflected that. Basically, we came up strong in the critical areas, and that's really what it takes to have a good football team. And I think the other thing I would add to that, as I said back in December, I had some concerns just because of the uniqueness of the schedule last year. We came out of finals and we were playing the next day, so our prep time was really reduced, and it was an uncomfortable feeling as a coach, I can tell you, and I think our whole staff shared that feeling. But what it indicated, I think, was the maturity of our football team. Those guys understood that we were up against a tight schedule, and they really maximized every opportunity to practice and get better. And quite frankly, I think probably the peak of the month in my mind was the Friday night after finals finished. We practiced at whatever time it was, 5:30. And I actually flashed back to 2002, getting ready for the Minnesota game. I've said that publicly before, that I'm not sure we needed a coaching staff that week. Those guys were so ready and practiced so well, and that's kind of the way I felt after the Friday night practice before we got on the plane Saturday. So that was the good news. The bad news was, I'm a coach, I'm a negative thinker, so afterwards I'm thinking, geez, I hope we didn't leave it out there last night on the field, the practice field. So fortunately we didn't. They did a great job handling the challenges of being in a visiting site, being in San Diego, a lot of nice things to do, and guys kept their focus and really did a good job. So again, it's I think a real credit to our football team, the 19 team and what they did, and just how the way it went. So certainly our best performance. And the other thing I would just throw in, I said this after the game, I believe, really if you look back at the last 2 years, we've had two pretty good seasons. 10 wins is really hard to accomplish. 9 seasons, I'd say the same thing. But any loss that we incurred basically went right down to the last possession. So we've given ourselves a chance to be successful. We haven't always come out on top, but we've given ourselves a chance to be successful. And if you're going to win football games, you can't lose them. So it starts there. And those have been against good opponents on top of that. So, just really proud of the team and what they did overall. And, I think if you want to go back and dissect it, just a couple of things I wrote down. If you go back and look at the Iowa State game, it was certainly a pivotal moment for us. Tough environment to play in, tough place to go against a good team. And I don't think, I've said it many times, I don't think people outside the state really can appreciate how tough and competitive a rivalry this is. So for us to go over there and play in a game that, lasted into the night and basically took forever to play, our guys to keep their focus, to keep their composure and make the critical plays when they had to, I thought was really impressive. And it was after that game, I think that, you start to let yourself think, hey, maybe we got what it takes to have a really good football team here. And that was kind of the starting moment from my standpoint. Had 2 tough losses against 2 very good teams. A couple weeks later, rebounded from that, came back and won at home, and won before our bye. And then certainly all of us had some soul searching to do after the Wisconsin loss. Obviously our chances of being the Big West champs pretty much were diminished at that point. So we had to reset our goals and shoot for a 10-win season, and that's kind of what we did. And thought the guys really came back and responded against a top 10 opponent the next week at home. 2 more teams to finish it out, 2 very good football teams, and one being the last possession victory again. So just the way the guys finished the season, and then to go to San Diego and do what we did, and have such great fan support. The Iowa fans were there, and we sure appreciate that. So